You tune into another episode of After Hours at Hustle Line. Pull up to the spot. Tonight's episode is called The Cost of Playing It My Way. And this one ain't about blaming the game. It's about acting like I didn't have options. And it definitely ain't about cleaning up the past so it sound better. This episode is about choice. About what it really cost me to move how I wanted to move, to trust myself before I understood myself, and to keep saying, I got it, while life was quietly keeping score. We celebrate independence, standing on your decisions, not folding. But we don't talk enough about what it costs when your way comes with blind spots. The time that don't come back, the trust that don't fully reset, the peace that take longer to find. This episode ain't about regret. It's about awareness, because the game always charges something. And the grown part is being honest about what you paid and deciding you're not paying that price again. So if you ever played it your way and felt the weight showed up later, pull up, take a seat. Let's talk about the cost. I always value independence, even before I really understood it. I like making my own decisions. I like not asking permission. I like feeling like nobody had a say over my moves. For a long time, it felt like strength. Playing it my way felt like control, like I was standing on something solid. That freedom without discipline turns into responsibility without structure. And that's expensive. Playing it my way meant I didn't always listen when I should have. It meant I trusted my instincts before they had enough experience behind them. It meant I learned lessons by touching the stove instead of respecting the warning. I told myself I was being bold. I told myself I was being real. But looking back, a lot of that was just impatience. Every time I said, I'll figure it out, the game wrote it down. Not to punish me, but to charge me later. The first thing the game charged me was time. Not just years passing, but moments I can't get back. Time spent proving points that didn't matter once I matured. Time spent standing on decisions I should have revisited sooner. Some of that time lived in relationships. Some of it lived in friendships. Some of it was just me, being committed to my way instead of committed to growth. Time is tricky. You don't feel it leaving while you're busy. You feel it later when you realize certain chapters don't reopen. The game charged me access. Access to people who would have gone harder for me if I had moved different. Access to rooms that stopped opening once folks realized I wasn't easy to deal with. Access don't disappear live. Calls get shorter, invites slow down, energy shift, and you don't notice it at first because you still standing. But later you realize standing alone costs more than standing corrected. Trust didn't leave me all at once. It didn't slam the door. It didn't come with one big moment. It left in pieces. Tone, timing, how I handle emotion. One day calm, one day loud, one day reflective, next day defensive. People don't need perfection. They need consistency. They need to know which version of you they're dealing with. And inconsistency is expensive. Trust don't usually disappear. It just stops extending itself. People start protecting themselves from you instead of connecting with you. And when that happens, the relationship still exists, but it don't feel the same. That's the cost most people don't notice until it's too late to undo. There were times I confused movement with progress. Just because I was doing something didn't mean I was building something. I stayed busy so I wouldn't have to sit still and look at myself too long. I called it grinding, but part of it was avoiding hard conversations, avoiding accountability, avoiding the question of whether my way was actually working. I wanted control over that alignment. I wanted to feel in charge, even while I was still learning. That's not wisdom. That's ego with confidence. And ego always runs a tab. The game don't charge you immediately. Sometimes it waits. It lets you feel like you're winning. Lets you feel like you're standing. Lets you feel like your way working. Then later, when the noise gone and the rooms get quiet, the bill shows up and there's no negotiation. I'm still standing, still learning, still becoming, but I move different now. I listen more. I pause longer. I ask myself harder questions before making the same move. Not because I'm scared, but because I already paid once. This episode ain't about regret. It's about awareness. Because playing it your way ain't free. And the grown part is knowing when the cost is too high to keep paying. Some lessons only stick after you feel weight. And once you feel it, you don't forget it. I'm not telling this story to get sympathy. I'm not telling it to act like I got everything figured out. I'm telling it because accountability don't end when you grow. It just get quieter. Some choices don't disappear once you learn better. They stay as reminders. They stay as weight. And the real growth is learning how to carry that weight without letting it turn you bitter, defensive, or closed off. Playing it my way taught me a lot. It taught me freedom comes with responsibility. It taught me confidence need discipline. It taught me some lessons don't come cheap. If you're listening to this and you carrying the cost of some old choices, don't rush to erase it. Let it teach you. Let it slow you down. Let it make you move different. You know, the crown heavy because choices carry weight, but we wear it anyway. You already know where you at. Until next time.
You've been tuned in to After Hours at Hustlers Lounge. Created, hosted, and produced by King Mar. Brought to you by Palace Productions. Recorded at Palace Studios and available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and everywhere else you press play. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Pull up to the spot.